DC, what's up? Yo, Alternative, what's up? Another edition of News You Can Use with D Nice, baby. Go ahead and share this scope, hit them hearts, and let me know what you think. We're going to get into some really good news today. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Share the scope with your followers. We got some pretty good news tonight. We're going to talk about politics. Of course, we're going to talk about some other news, entertainment. We'll go ahead and hook you up. Thank you for sharing this scope, and let me know what's up. Thank you for inviting followers. I appreciate it. Yeah, the song I'm playing right now is Public Enemy, Fight the Power. And we're going to fight the power today. We're going to talk about the power. And we're going to go ahead and put it out there. How you doing tonight? Let me know. I'm here in a 57 degrees in my outside man cave in Indianapolis, Indiana. Oh, I'm glad you're good. I'm glad you're good. So yeah, so we're gonna get into it here in just a minute. Thank you so much for coming through. This is News You Can Use with D Nice. He said, well, it's not hot there. It's not that hot here too. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it, Keita. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's probably about 57 degrees here, so I'm outside. I don't want to be screaming and wake up my boys that are sleeping in the bed. But we're gonna get into some news tonight. What was that beat? Yeah. Say what's up. Say what's up. So we got some news for today. Thank you for pumping those hearts. So y'all, we got some good news today. So we'll get it started. First thing that we're talking about today, Chris, thank you so much for joining me. Pump those hearts, share this scope. First thing that we're talking about today is something that got released, and I know some people are going to say, oh, well, that doesn't count, that doesn't matter. But it does. But the courtesy of Essence online showed that a Ku Klux Klan member now has come out to endorse Donald Trump for president. Now, this dude said it with his own words. It was his own feeling. And he came straight out and said it's because Donald Trump. And so if Donald Trump believes everything that he says he believes in, then we know what that means. Yeah, y'all know. Did you hear about that? I know it's crazy. But, Donald Trump, again, this is what happens when you appeal to the most racist sector of the voting bloc, and that's that Tea Party right-wing GOP. Yeah, but just because we say Trump has no control, but see, here's the issue. You got to wonder why somebody would feel comfortable to vote for somebody. I mean, it's not like the Klansmen are coming out in droves trying to support Bernie Sanders. You don't see them doing that. And for somebody to say they feel comfortable in this party, that this is the party for them, if the Ku Klux Klan was somebody that they did not want in the party, then the Ku Klux Klan wouldn't feel safe there. I mean, that's just the facts. That's just the facts. I mean, yes, to me personally, I think there's Klansmen on both sides, to be quite honest with you. But you just got to wonder for someone to be so outwardly and say, this is who I truly love and who I want to support. You just have to ask yourself a question like, why would he be so forthcoming with this? So what say you? Oh, yeah. And that's what I was saying, is that no matter what, and to me, my choice is Bernie Sanders. That's who I wanted to vote for. Dre, thank you so much for joining me. Share this scope, pump them hearts. We're talking about Donald Trump and his person that support him now, a Ku Klux Klan Grand Dragon. But, there was a attack ad made by the Stop Trump movement. And I just saw this on CNN just about an hour ago. And they released an ad that was basically all of Donald Trump's words. It was just his words on tape. And it was just right there in the video. And so it wasn't doctored. It wasn't like mishmash. You say, well, it's like, yeah, well, probably he will be. Because, I mean, the thing about Indiana is it's a Republican state. Takiata, thank you so much for joining me. Oh, man, we got a true superstar here. Takiata, oh, my goodness. What's going down? Hey, how's it going? Share this scope. I know you don't do too much into politics, but we're talking about Donald Trump and the fact that the KKK, a Grand Wizard, has basically endorsed his candidacy for presidency. And, yes, thank you for sharing this scope. Go ahead and hit them hearts. I appreciate it. But yeah, so it's just amazing to see that Donald Trump is as big as he is in the party, because this is something that this is what they made. And I'm surprised that the Republicans let this happen to them, because really they got played for the okie doke. Really, if you think about it, they played the rate. You say, what a surprise! It's a surprise that Trump. Well, I'm surprised and not surprised. I'm surprised that there are that many people that actually would vote for Trump, but I'm not shocked because the Republicans created Trump. Back in 2010, Miss Pris, thank you so much for joining the Scope. Share this Scope. We're talking about the KKK man who endorsed Donald Trump. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. It's good to see you. Go ahead and put your city and rep your city or rep your state and let me know where you at. I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana. He said, but we've been saying that Trump is a businessman and he knows nothing about politics. Oh, that's absolutely true. But be quite honest with you, his business savvy ain't that great either. Be surprised if Trump is your president. Nah, he won't be. But see, it's because the fix is in. You guys got to remember. You say Fort Lauderdale, what's up? Yeah, Florida. Anybody else frozen? Yeah, we like we say, we 57 degrees here. Jersey, what's up? But yeah, it's insane. And remember, the Republican Party created this back in 2010 when they tried to appeal to that Tea Party right-wing racist base. This is what you get. This is what happens, and they got played for the okie doke. Hillary Clinton allowed for the okie doke to happen. He's taking Atlantic City down. What about his stakes? What about the offshore water properties that he ran into the ground? What about a bunch of stuff that he's failed at? Now, all businessmen fail. I know people will say, well, all businessmen fail. Yes, all businessmen have failures. But Trump has only been good at only selling one thing, and that's his name. He's been bankrupt 4 times, yet somehow people think he can run countries' finance. Exactly. I mean, the thing about Trump is he is kind of like the embodiment of what an actual Miss Pris. Thank you so much for joining us again. He's like a physical manifestation of a gamble, because he always puts himself out there as the gamble, and really the only thing he's selling is his name. He doesn't have anything quality. I remember watching. You say I keep freezing. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me make sure that my connection is all good. Am I freezing or am I moving? What would Birdman say? Are y'all finished or y'all done? How about he borrowed money that he... Oh, absolutely. And the thing about it is, he wasn't a self-made billionaire. This is a guy who got money from his dad, millions of dollars. So, I mean, yeah, you're going to have a leg up if you can get millions. Not saying that you can't be rich and give your family money. I'm just saying you can't claim that you are this grassroots build them up guy if you're getting big dollars. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on now, give me $1 million. I'll be the best too. But that's the thing, is Donald Trump is just a manifestation of all the Tea Party rhetoric, all the hate against the president. Thank you so much for inviting followers. Please share this. Go pump this hearts. I love the hearts being pumped. But yeah, and so it's just really crazy that we actually have Trump now running for president, and people are lapping it up. Now, I'm not going to say I'm not surprised that he actually got this far. Samples, thank you so much for joining. Share the Scoop. We're talking about a Ku Klux Klan Grand Wizard that endorsed Donald Trump. So, is Trump is the next president? Nah, he won't be. I mean, you keep forgetting that the fix is in. What up? How you doing? Rep your state. Where you at? Let me know. Are you freezing? Are you good? Cece, thank you so much for joining us again. Thank you. And so we're talking about Donald Trump, KKK endorsing Donald Trump. So yeah, it's insane that this is what's going on. And we have Donald Trump leading the GOP. I know they can't be happy about that. And so, yes, yeah, he's in the U.S. I'm surprised too. I mean, nah, I'm just playing. But it's something that they're going to have to deal with. And remember, this is going to influence down the race ballots. I mean, I saw an extensive polling done, and Rachel Maddow broke this down. I know people say, oh, Rachel Maddow just left this. But you got to be frank that she keeps it 100%. She don't never be putting no BS on the show. Nah, she won't. I'm about to explain. Now, there was an extensive poll. I forgot if it was the Pew. I'm not sure which poll it was, but it was a big poll, a giant sampling of people, and it broke all the the unfavorables and the whether people feel like their party is good for them or not. Sugar, thank you so much for joining the stream. Pump them hearts. Share this scope. Did he accept the endorsement? Of course he did. You know, he basically said, well, I don't know the dude, but he accepts it. It's his hope. I think it is his hope, but he doesn't even realize that the fix was on them. The fix is on the GOP. They fixed themselves. Random Mesa, thank you so much for joining the scope. Pump them hearts, share the scope. We're talking about the KKK endorsing Donald Trump. And so this is what happens. And they're going to have to figure this out. And remember, this poll that came out, it broke everything. You say all good money. You say all ain't good money. That's what I feel. You remember that old saying, all that glitters ain't gold? You got to be careful. And I understand I understand why people like Donald Trump. Donald Trump is electrifying because he's controversial. You know, I remember this old wrestler named Ric Flair. He used to say it all the time. Controversy creates cash. And, you know, bad publicity is good publicity too. And so I understand those people who like to hear Trump talk about his penis size at a debate. I like, you know, those people who like to hear, you know, Trump tell women, get your fat, ugly face. You know, they like to hear him talk about how the best thing for a woman is to be in the kitchen and on her knees. They like the fact that he talks about when he said a woman with small tits can never be a 10. So to me, that is not honesty. To me, to say those things is very chauvinistic. It's not presidential. Can you imagine if if everybody say they love the honest truth? Let's just put it out here. If Barack Obama went on stage and basically just kept it 100. I mean, we talking about dropping jewels about the ancient kingdoms of Kemet and Kush and how white people in slavery, how white people are white devils. Can you imagine what would happen if he came out there and said, let me tell y'all about the white devils. Let me tell you about how these white people, these blue-eyed devils. Can you imagine if he went out there and said that? Do you know what, baby Nicole, thank you so much for joining the stream. Go ahead and pump them hearts and share the scope. He said Trump can talk trash, but he can't take it on because that's the whole thing about his tiny hands. That's the thing about his tiny hands is that they talk about, that's why he keeps referring to the, well, you know what they say, if your hands are big, you already know what the rest is. I mean, come on. Oh, he had a press conference when? The only thing I saw was the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and I'm glad you mentioned that because we're about to segue into that. I have the highlight. Obama, okay, yeah, that's the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Know nothing about Kemet in Egypt? You sure about that? I would wager you ask him, and I would sure he'll be able to educate you very extensively about the ancient kingdoms. I'm sure he would be able to. See, you guys forget that Barack Obama... And I understand the hopes for Barack Obama was quite massive. Godiva, thank you so much for joining me. Share this, go pump these hearts. And people forget that he is just a regular president. And I understand my hopes are high for him too. But I also know the government. And I also know that you can't do nothing without the House and Senate. So he thinks Egyptians are white? Nah, that's when I know you're wrong. That's when I know you wrong. But, you know, I understand. You kind of have to get it out there. And, you know, it's good to say shocking things sometimes. I know I do it too sometimes. But it's one of those things where, you know, it's easy to just say wild stuff, get mad and say controversial things because that's what gets you the attention. But when it comes to the truth, I guarantee you, Barack Obama can break down the science better than you could ever dream of. Same thing I do with Trump. Nah, see, the thing about Trump is they got him on tape saying the best thing for a woman is for her to be in the kitchen and on her knees. That's fine, but yeah. I mean, they got him on tape saying that women with small tits could never be a 10. I mean, this is not like, you know, left-wing leaning media. Amy, thank you so much for joining. Pump these hearts. Share this scope. I bet everything you say about evidence on your website. Well, I mean, hey, how you doing? Rep your state. I'm here in Indianapolis. We're talking about the KKK endorsing Donald Trump, and we have a gentleman on here who's an actual Trump supporter. Or if he's not a Trump supporter, he is make sure that I understand about the conspiracy, but I know the conspiracy. Chirac, thank you so much for joining the scope. Go ahead and share this stream. Pump them hearts. We're talking about the KKK endorsing Donald Trump. But we're gonna segue from that segment because we're gonna actually get into the White House correspondent. Thank you so much for inviting people. Right now, what we're going to do is we're going to get into the White House Correspondents' Dinner. The U.S. is an anti-intellectual society, and Trump speaks this. Oh, you ever see this movie called Idiocracy? Has anybody ever seen that? Let me know if you've seen that. Jules, thank you so much for joining the stream. Pump them hearts, share the scope. You thought it was an old school rapper, D-Nice? I stole the name. I admit it. I did. Sugar Booger, thank you so much for pumping them, coming in the stream, share the scope. Hillary would never be president. Well, it's so funny, man. Oh, man, it's so funny. Trump will never be president. I mean, just plain and simple. I mean, because the fix is in. I mean, Hillary's the one who put the call in for Trump to run, and that's just the way it is. I mean, he goes in, steals the Tea Party thunder, and makes it way easier for Hillary Clinton to win. But never seen the film. Yeah, so Idiocracy was about a nation that became so stupid that they almost destroyed themselves. And basically they kept drinking this stuff they kept calling electrolytes. And the electrolytes weren't really good for you. So it was kind of the metaphor was watching TV, junk food TV. And so you kept drinking and drinking and just make you dumber and dumber and dumber. And they ended up voting a president. Chris, thank you so much for joining. They end up voting a president who was basically like a dude with guns. I mean, he was holding like killing rallies. He was like, hey, if you want to be Secretary of State, you got to kill this dude. It's a crazy film. I suggest if you haven't seen Idiocracy, go get it. It's the story of the rise of Donald Trump. Sorry, but Trump is just bored. He's not really, because he don't want to be. I'm going to tell you, he doesn't want to be president. Oh, you saw it? Yeah, so this is the story of the rise of Donald Trump. So, yeah, I mean, it's Idiocracy. Trump is a damn joke to the whole political system. It's sad that Trump is even in the running. But it is. It's an indictment on the GOP and America, for that matter. But remember, too, this is a bed that the GOP made. I don't care how you slice it. This is what they did. They appealed to the Tea Party in 2010. They had no choice but to keep feeding that Tea Party base. And what you get is you get the racism. That's exactly what you get. Absolutely, it's the house that America built. And that's the thing that people are scared to realize. I remember the whole Confederate flag debate. I had people coming on my Facebook saying the Confederate flag had nothing to do with slavery. I'm like, wow, is this what they really teach it in school? Man, I feel bad for my sons. I hope they get the education. I'm going to have to homeschool them. Because if that's what they're teaching in school, that's crazy. How do you explain Trump getting millions of votes? Because there's millions of idiots out there. But it goes to show you that you have enough, you can run for president. Oh, absolutely. I mean, Mike Bloomberg was going to run, but he came in too late. The Trump phenomenon, was what took the storm. But remember, that Trump phenomenon is not all that it seems, people. This is about Hillary becoming the first woman president. Not that I want Hillary. I'm not saying I'm a Hillary supporter. I'm just saying this is the plot. The plot is so that way you can piggyback. You got the black president, and then boom, you got the female president. Idiots will elect the president not the first time. Oh, well, I mean, hey, you got to think about, tons of idiotic presidents. We look at Reagan, look at George W. Bush. They're called sheeple. Absolutely. Run Nuri, thank you so much for joining the stream. Share this scope. Pump them hearts. Trump won't win. But Taki, the thing about Chris Taki is Chris, I don't know whether he is telling me Trump will win because it's a conspiracy. Thank you so much for sharing. Or if he's saying that he thinks he's going to win because he supports Trump. So I hope he's saying it's a conspiracy, but if he's saying he actually supports Trump, then yeah, we got a lot of questions to kind of ask him. We got to ask him, like, what is the actual Trump policy? What is he going to do for jobs? What is he going to do for infrastructure? What is he going to do for education? What is he going to do for early childhood education? What is he going to do for healthcare? I just want to know. You say you intelligent enough to see the Trump? Okay. He's living high on the mountains, but now come to real elections. Oh, I'm telling you, People don't understand. You have a 78% unapproval rating with women. Women make the #1 voting bloc here in America. You can't win an election with 78% disapproval for women. You just can't do that. You can't. 78% disapproval, there's no way you can win. Even if you get all the white vote, you're still only going to get men. You won't get the women too. And remember, you still got people that half the country is liberal too. So you forget about that half too. It's impossible. Hillary, I agree. Hillary does have a high disapproval rating, but it pales in comparison to Trump. Trust me. I know education and Trump in the same sentence. I know it's like oil and water. It just don't mix, man. It's not the real thing. But speaking of politics, this is going to try to segue to, and he won't get immigrants, or he won't get the immigrants. He won't get the women's vote. He won't get the black men. But let me go back. I know I kind of got off on a tangent, but let's go back to this poll that was Rachel Maddow was breaking down. This poll broke. It was a giant sample, and it broke the disapproval ratings for each party down by race, where they live at, age, education level. Trump is beating the polls and pundits, and they've been wrong time after time. I think we underestimated the anger toward the president, to be quite honest with you, and not the anger toward the president for valid reasons. We're talking about just the sheer scared of a changing America, because they forget that America, originally is only meant for white people. Really, that's what the original intent was. And so when you have a lot of scared white Americans who are like, oh my God, I can't believe we actually let a black person in. We better not let anybody else of any minority in. We just want to keep it white and right. Then, you run into these issues where you get the racists who will come out, because racism really is a sickness. And those people who are racist like that are actually scared. They're scared of themselves. He's having to do a blab. Oh, I appreciate that. All coming from Taki. That's amazing, because she is awesome, y'all. If y'all don't get a chance to check out her scope, hers is Media Scope. It comes on at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays. I believe that's right, Taki. Herman Top Flight. Thank you, Top Flight Security. We top flight. You know what I'm saying? No, Takiana is awesome. Now listen, the thing about Taki is she speaks nothing but the truth. She's not in the punditry. She is really more about fact-based things. She's also a teacher, I believe. But you should check out her scope. She does a lot of interesting tech news. Being a black nerd that I am, I absolutely appreciate Takiana's scope. So if you ever get a chance, check out her scope. Because they're scared of a female president, but they can't wait for... Well, I mean, that's the point. That's the point, is the fear, and this is what they played on in 2010. A media professor, excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. A media professor. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. But yes, she's an all. I can tell the students love her. I can guarantee they love her because she's funny. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful lady. She's all that. So check out her scope. It comes at 6 p.m. Wednesdays. Nah, the Trump won't win. I mean, I know you got Dark Lady. Thank you so much for joining. Haven't seen you. Come on through. We're talking about Donald Trump and the KKK supporting Donald Trump. But we're getting ready to segue. We're getting ready to transition. We're going to transition to the actual White House Correspondents' Dinner. Hey, how you doing? Let me know the state. Rep your state. But we're going to transition to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Now, it did make news. The White House Correspondents' Dinner made news. Not only did Barack Obama did a wonderful job, as he always does, but he is one of the greatest at these White House Correspondents. Michigan, that's what's up. I pray for you guys, because your governor is basically a genocidal maniac. Oh, it was interesting. And I'll say this. Barack Obama, there's no denying. You can't come after him. Barack Obama is the best. When the party cannot respond, huh? In the White House Correspondents' Dinner, he dropped the mic, which he had to, because he's out. You know what I mean? This is it. And Barack Obama is one of the best at this. He is. Now, George W. Bush did a pretty good job, too. Even though he was a horrible president, he was good at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. But what really made the news was Larry Wilmore. Actually, Larry Wilmore is one of my favorite kind of late-night show hosts. Trump could not respond. That's why he didn't go. That was a class. Oh, it was definitely a classic moment. They hate that we have a black president and the swag and is not scared to speak his mind. Oh, absolutely. But that's the fear. That's the part of the fear. And when you mixture that fear with hate, that's what you get. It's a Donald Trump. But yeah, but Larry Wilmore made news. And so Larry Wilmore actually kind of, I don't want to say marred the speech, but he kind of put a different spin on it. When at the end of his speech, he was like, you know, you did it, my nigga. And it was just like, whoa, you know, those white people in the room were panicking because they like, I don't know how to respond. Well, Trump did. I know, yeah, that was funny too. He was like, I'm shocked with all the media and camera. You may tell me Trump didn't show up? And look at the results. Okay, well, you tell me the results of Trump steaks. And bad hair, don't forget bad hair. You tell me the results of the Trump's casinos. You tell me the results of a lot of those waterfront properties. You tell me the results of his clothing that he outsourced to China. Tell me those results. But yeah, he made millions, but so you make millions in child slave labor? Does that make it good? Because, I mean, people who own slaves, they've made millions and billions. Does that make it good? Does owning slaves make it good since they made billions and millions? Does it? Because they did. Trump University. Matter of fact, I was just about to talk about that on my stream too. Thank you, Taki. That's why she is the bomb. Trump didn't want to get roasted again. Oh, absolutely. He was going to get roasted and posted to the pinnacle. This is how the real world works. Oh, really? So slavery is how the real world works? I'll ask you a question. So because you made millions off of slavery, that makes it okay, a Johnny okay? I don't think so. But I got some audio, guys. I kind of got the highlights. This is courtesy of News One Now with Roland Martin. You should check it out. He comes on in the morning at 7 a.m. every weekday. He is the only black journalist that we have, y'all. See, I need to support him. Y'all remember Tony Brown's Journal? He was like the last one. Hamilton 30, thank you so much for joining. Share this scope. Pump them hearts. Easy way to respond. I love Roland. Roland Martin is the truth, man. And yes, he is kind of like hardcore, but Roland Martin, he keeps it 100%. You say you debated Roland Martin, and I'm sure you lost. But he said, I should love my auntie. Oh, okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. He said it's on your website? Yeah, man, I'm sure you lost, man. But I have the, I'm sure you lost. But I have the audio. This is kind of the highlights clip. So I want you guys to listen to this for just a few, and then we'll talk about it. Let me know what you guys think. Here we go. I'm sure that's his Friday. I'm sure. Come on now. Here we go. The White House Correspondence 2016.
Disrupts elegant dinner in D.C.
I do apologize. I know I was a little late tonight. I was running on CPT. Which stands for jokes that white people should not make.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Black Lives Matter is here tonight. I'm just kidding. Relax, white people. They're not here.
Michelle has not aged a day. The only way you can date her in photos is by looking at me. Take a look. Here we are in 2008. Here we are a few years later. And this one is from 2 weeks ago.
Absolutely. That's the point. I mean,
President's hair is so white, you keep saying all lives matter. All right, fine. Fine, I get it. I get it. No, but man, you came in here looking like Denzel. Now you're going out looking like Grady from Sanford and Son.
In my final year, my approval ratings keep going up. The last time I was this high, I was trying to decide on my major.
You know, I should say some of America's finest black journalists are here tonight. Don Lemon's here, too.
Oh, he was cutting everybody up that night. He was chopping
Hey, Don, how's it going? Alleged journalist Don Lemon, everybody.
You know I've got to talk about Trump.
You know you got to talk about Trump.
I'm a little hurt that he's not here tonight. We had so much fun the last time.
He chewed Trump up last time.
And it is surprising. You got a room full of reporters, celebrities, cameras, and he says no. Is this dinner too tacky for the Donald? Hillary trying to appeal to young voters is a little bit like your relative who just signed up for Facebook.
He did a good job chopping Hillary up, too.
Bernie, you look like $1 million. Or to put it in terms you'll understand, you look like 37,000 donations of $27 each.
Keep pumping those hearts. I love it. I love it.
2 more words to say.
Chris, thank you so much for rejoining the stream.
Obama out.
You know, timing is everything.
Yeah, so, but at the end is what really kind of sparked the firestorm, you know, the Twitter storm, the Twitter sphere, is the whole thing saying, what's up, my nigga? And, you know, you did great, my nigga. And I want to get you guys' opinions on that. What did you think? Because I want to hear what you guys say, and then I'll give my opinion on it. What do you guys think about that? Is this going down in history, Obama out? Oh, it is. He is the first president in history to drop the mic. Guaranteed. And he'll probably be the last, too. You say you stay woke? I know, man. I know. Keep waking up. You know what I'm saying? But what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that at the end when Larry Wilmore said, I'm out, my nigga? Do you guys think that was a cool move, or do you think that was crazy? Yeah, I'm not a fan either. I'm not a big fan. I'm a little I was a little apprehensive about whether I wanted to like that, what he did at the end. Who else? You say not a fan either. I'm with you on that. Yeah, I don't know if it was necessary. You said that was crazy. He was too comfortable. Yeah, I agree. I think he just felt like, but I mean, hey, the president's out, man. You know, nothing they can do. They can't Jeremiah write him away. They can't say N-word him away. They can't vote him away. I mean, it's too late. But, you know, my take on it is, I think, Chris, thank you so much for joining us again. I'm not sure why the stream keeps freezing you up. But my take on it is, yeah, I think it was done distastefully. I know, that's true, because I thought he was going to say, I'm out, bitches, too. But if he would have said that, that would have just been too much. That would have been too much. That would have killed his legacy. So I'm glad he didn't do it. I know, that's funny. But I'm glad he didn't do it, because they'd be like, even to the end, he was still a thug. You know how the Republicans at Fox News will spin it. They'll spin it that he's some grand GD thug or something like that. They'll put him in the Bloods and Crips before the show was over. But I thought it was distasteful. I understood what it is, and I'm looking at it on the other side, because my twin brother, he's actually at Faux News. Oh, actually, it's Fixed Noise. And I also look at on the other side, too, is my brother's a stand-up comic, my twin brother, and the thing about stand-up comedy is it's always going to go up to that line. It's always going to get right there and hit it and test those borders. And I mean, you know, I know what he was trying to do. If people ever watched Larry Wilmore's show, The Tonightly Show, you would know. Yeah, I have a twin brother. I do. I agree. I mean, you know, it's a tough thing, because I am a very extremely pro-black person, and I don't like the word, because that word was meant to tear us down, to treat us less than, to make us the other, and make us 3/5. So I truly don't like it, but I understand is that you hired this guy who, this is his whole shtick, is that he looks like this super kind of, you know, news anchor dude with the news anchor voice and persona, but he's super duper wild in his jokes. And people forget that Larry Wilmore, that is his shtick. On the Nightly Show, he is very, you know, news, like he should be on MSNBC or CNN. But then when you hear the jokes, they go completely overboard. I mean, they go really far. And so it's the same situation like what happened at the Oscars, I believe, when they hired Seth MacFarlane and Ricky Gervais, when Ricky Gervais asked Mel Gibson, was he still a racist? So, you know, you got to understand, when you hire these people who have these very strong opinions, and like, you got to expect the wildness. Now, he shouldn't have said it, but I'm not surprised, because this is Larry Wilmore. If you know who he is, you know that he is not the kindly, gentler dude. I mean, he's absolutely not. So what say you guys? What do you guys think about that? I know you heard my spiel. Next thing I want to talk about, exactly, You can't censor, because if you do that, then you take comedy away. And even sometimes I cringe at like stuff that Tosh 2.0 and stuff he says. I'm like, dude, you're getting dangerously close to some racist jokes. But I understand, because that's the shtick, is shock value. I mean, that's just them. You knew who they were when you hired him. And if you didn't vet him, then it's your fault that he does the stuff. He or she does the stuff, because you got to vet people. And so it was on them. So the last thing I want to talk about today is a great story. I hope people like this story. Ballerina Misty Copeland. I don't know if you heard about this. She actually has her own Barbie doll. I don't know if you guys heard about that. This is a great move. Freemore, thank you so much for joining. Share this scope. Pump these hearts. Misty Copeland is a world-renowned ballerina. Very graceful, very beautiful, very intelligent woman. Oh, absolutely. Very, and very controversial kind of figure in the ballerina world. Now, mind you, she's never been in trouble or nothing like that controversial. But you got to remember, black women, this is why I love y'all so much, because of the curves. And so she became a polarizing figure in that, right, to be a very curvaceous ballerina. I mean, in the ballerina world, that is controversy, because ballerinas are typically very skinny and very tiny. And for her to do as much as she does and be, as curvy as she is, this is what happens. But she actually got her own Barbie doll today, guys. I don't know if you heard about that. I know some dudes will be like, you talking about Barbie dolls? But it ain't about that. This is about black woman pride. Said Mr. Ava DuVray. I know, I wanted to get it I have a man cave. I have a nerd man cave where I got my video games and stuff like that. Now, I would possibly get both of those to put in my man cave, the Misty Copeland and the Ava DuVray, if they ever re-release it. But I don't want people saying, man, you got straight Barbie dolls in your man cave, so I don't want to be I don't want nobody thinking it's funny business. I mean, if that's your life, that's your life. But I ain't funny business. But I do want to get it, and maybe I'll put it in the front room where my bookshelves are, and like have it in a thing there, just so that way, it's Black Girls Rock. Black Girls Rock. I appreciate it. I mean, Black Girls Rock, man. And black women don't get enough encouragement. I mean, there was like this fake study done in this science. You say it's cool. There was a fake, I don't know if it was a fake, but it was a controversial study done in the Science magazine that said that black women are the most unattractive women in the world. And I couldn't believe that they actually released this in a national science magazine. And so this is just all the more reason why we need images like this. We need to have the positive black, beautiful women out there, because black women are beautiful. I don't understand what people are talking about. Oh, they must be blind. No, let me tell you something. Black women are the goddesses, and that's just what it is. And hey, look, we are the indigenous people. We were here first. I mean, the oldest bones was found in Africa. You can't deny that. Babe girl, thank you so much for joining. Share this scope, pump these hearts. We're talking about Misty Copeland getting a Barbie doll. You study is right? It's pseudoscience, right? The black woman is God. Oh, absolutely. People see, but okay, so you come to truth with that, Chris. But let's see if you know the real truth. But I'm just playing, Chris. Don't get on here and start putting the hashtag stay woke and all this other stuff. I'm not trying to. We're talking about a positive story about Misty Copeland. We're not about to get into conspiracies. But this I thought was an amazing move, and I think. Now you like the truth, right? No, Taki, don't do it. Taki, don't do it. We're talking about Misty Copeland. We're talking about Misty Copeland. We're not talking about the whole bunch of stuff here. That was a good one though. But I think it's a positive image. I don't think we get enough positive images out there. And for all the daughters out there, for all the aunties, the mamas, you always in the truth. That's a tough one, man. I mean, you still haven't responded about all the stuff I said about Trump sending jobs overseas to make his clothes made in China. You still haven't responded about all his waterfront property that he ran into the ground. You still haven't responded to his Trump steaks. You still haven't responded to him talking about his penis at a debate. You still haven't responded to all the times that he said women should be on their knees and in the kitchen. And guess what? If you don't have any titties, then will never be a 10. I mean, you just have to understand. But I'm not going to go to your website, man, because the thing about it is, if it's anything about supporting Trump, I can't do it, man. I can't give you a visit. I followed you because, you know, I appreciate the debate, but I can't go to your website, brother. Cece, thank you so much for rejoining us. I can't go. I can't, man, because I already know what's going to happen. I'm going to get on there and I'm going to say this is just all false. So, I mean, I hear you, brother. And I'm glad that you know, that you believe in yourself and you believe in your convictions. I'm so glad that you believe in it. But here's what I'm gonna play for you, man, because I'm getting ready to end my stream. One moment. I'm about to end my stream. I want to play something for you, man. I think this is fitting for you. You say watch a replay from tonight? I might check it out. But I'm going to go ahead and play this out for you, man, because this is the one I'm dedicating to you, man. I'm dedicating this to you, man.
Hey, yo, man, me and my crew are in Hollywood, and we shot this Funky Fresh video, man.
I'm dedicating this to you, brother. Chris, this goes out to you. This was all you, Chris. I'm dedicating this ending song for you, Chris. This is...
Sound good to me. Sound hard, some funky people
ain't no future in your front,
give
baby.
the record a second and a chance to hitting
this
people
has been
like
a great episode of News You Can Use with D-Nice. I am on Mondays and Fridays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to check me out Mondays and Fridays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, go ahead and share this go, share the replay, put it on your Twitter, and I am going to be out. Guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for pumping hearts and sharing. Chris, thank you so much for joining and adding to the debate. I appreciate it. Y'all be out. Check Takiata out. She comes on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Media Store. Check it out. She's awesome. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. And ain't no future in your front, Chris. Ain't no future in your front, Chris. Ain't no future. You have a good night, Dark Lady. Thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate it, Takia. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good night. Pump these hearts, y'all. I love y'all. I'm out, y'all.
Like I'm like Ben, so we'll get it up on the ego. Never have to worry about my posse.